Greetings, my darlings. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Cryptid Master KD, coming at you from the lair of the Cryptid Master KD studio. In today's video, we are going to be traveling to Elkhorn, Wisconsin, where tales about a wolfman creature is said to stalk a particular road called Bray Road. That's right, we're going down Bray Road to tell a story, two stories about an encounter with a wolfman-like creature known as the Beast of Bray Road. But before we get into that, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoy my content. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel. And don't worry, there will be more content coming soon. But right now, let's get into our subject and today's stories of true encounters with the Beast of Bray Road. Time first for facts. The Beast of Bray Road was sighted first in the 70s. Back then, people came forward to local authorities about what they described as seeing a wolfman-like creature. They described as a werewolf down on Bray Road. One of the first people to take quick notice to this was a reporter named Linda Godfrey, who at the time was a reporter. She wrote a book called The Beast of Bray Road, and the name stuck. That was now the name of the beast that's haunted Bray Road. Now, what are you all gonna say what does this creature look like? Well, the Beast of Bray Road is described as about 6 to 7 foot tall bipedal canine-like creature with blood yellow glowing eyes, with a wolf-like head and a man-like torso covered in dark brownish fur, and stands upright on 2 legs, basically like a werewolf. Except the Beast of Bray Road doesn't shapeshift at all. It mostly stays as it is, the Beast of Bray Road. It stays as what it looks like, day in and day out, no shapeshifting. One of the first people who came forward about now we get into the stories. One of the first people who came forward was a story of an encounter with the beast was a local bartender named Lorian Treasy. Lorian Treasy one night was traveling down Bray Road after working a late night shift. She was trying to get home quickly, so she took a detour down Bray Road. And that's when she saw something in the middle of the road. Something she couldn't explain. At first, she thought it was an animal eating roadkill. But then she noticed something was off. This creature was holding the prey like it had elbows. She says in her own words that this creature was kneeling down and eating roadkill. The fear turned to terror as the beast of Bray Road looked up and locked eyes with Lori. She just described the creature's eyes as glowing, like they were literally glowing. A bright yellow. That is when the creature began to get up on its hind legs and started walking towards the car. And just when the beast had fresh prey in its sight, Lori's car wouldn't move. She describes that the car started. Headlights went off for over a second before going back on, and the beast had moved closer to the car. When the car finally roared to life, Lori knew there was only one place she could go. She sped off to her mom's house. When she finally got to her mom's house, she rushed in the door and said, "Mom, you're not going to believe what I saw." She said, "I saw a werewolf. It was kneeling down, eating roadkill. It had glowing eyes, and it was eating roadkill." Now, keep in mind, this is one of many encounters with the beast of Bray Road. Because the legends of a wolf man date back to ancient times. However, in Lori and Dreezy's case, one thing that her mother said in an episode of what's called Monsters and Mysteries in America was one thing she was worried about is what if? What if it followed her home? What if there's more than one? And yes, people, there is more than one wolf creature. In Michigan, we got the Michigan Dog Man. In other parts of the United States, we have similar creatures. But for the time being, Lori and Treasy's mother told her to keep quiet about this encounter. It was only a little bit late, but one person who she first reported her story to sometime later was none other than Linda Godfrey. Linda Godfrey was a reporter at the time. And when Lori told her this story, she was amazed on how similar this story was to other encounters with the beast of Bray Road. And Lori's encounter was one of many. To describe such a similar creature, one other sighting that happened in the area was a man named Steve Cooper, who reported this exact story that you're going to hear right now. And if that first story got you chilled down your spine, what would happen if the Beast of Bray Road was getting into the back of your truck to try and get something from you? Our second encounter happened with a man named Steve Cooper. Steve Cooper got a job in the late 80s in the early 2000s as his job was to go down certain roads and pick up roadkill. According to him, one night he was going down on a road, and he saw some roadkill up front. A huge 8-pound doe, a deer, a female deer, dead in the middle of the road. He picked it up and brought it to the back of his car. And just as he was filling out the paperwork, all of a sudden the car began to shake. He described as it almost like a jolting feeling. At first he chalked it up to being the wind. But when the car shook again, it couldn't be ignored. That's when he looked into the back mirror, and looked back at the back of his truck. That's when he saw it, and when fear took over. What he saw was a huge wolf-like creature standing on its hind legs, and it was reaching for something, what he assumes was the doe in the back of the car, looking for a way to get the doe, the deer. And that is when it looked up and saw Steve. He described it as the body of a bear, but a head of a wolf head. It made a move in front of the car. That's when Steve Kruger hit the gas and rode off. He got away, but the beast managed to grab the deer from the back of the car. According to him, the creature also took a piece of the ramp that he needed for his job. So he knew he might have to go back to the spot. But when he did, which I would never do, I would just hit the gas and get out of there. But he went back to try and find signs of the creature. But there was nothing there. Both the ramp and the deer and the wolfman beast was gone. Sightings of the Beast of Bray Road continue to this day. But the question is, what is it? Could it be like, what's its abilities? While many describe it when they look into the creature's eyes, they always say that it's like it's giving them a message. Like a telepathic message, meaning like, yes, I'm real. If you tell anybody where I am or about this, I'll come for you. Which is terrifying. Well, tales of this beast still go on. The question is, what does it want, and when will we get some physical evidence of the Beast of Bray Road? Well, only time can take that. Anyway, I'm trying to keep this a 15-minute video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Though this was a very quick video. Don't worry, more content is going to come out soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Cryptid Master KD, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stories I've shared with you about Lori and Treasley. And anyway, without that all the way, people, just know more content is coming out soon. Maybe if you guys have any requests, please leave it in the comments. And you know what to do. Why am I trying to tell you all this? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I love you all. Let's hit 500 or 1,000 subscribers this year. And I love you all. Peace out.